Oh, that looks nice. Thank you very much. Hello. Yeah, let's start. I want to talk about Open Desk related projects going on in Germany, especially North Rhine-Westphalia. Let's start with some details. Oh, takes a little bit. Yeah. I was part of the initial Phoenix project happening at Dataport, and there was as a partner manager and helped onboard every customer they had on this solution. So I had some real life experience where the problems is how to make data migrations and all the stuff inside this project. And as at Sendis, they took over the whole program from Dataport, named it Open Desk. I supported them also to get over all the customers, do the next migrations and all the stuff, taking care of data protection and all this stuff. And at the moment, I'm heavily involved in the KRZN. It's an entity in North Rhine-Westphalia who also try to achieve a digital sovereignty solution based on the same components as Open Desk. But they don't name it Open Desk, they name it Nova. And let's skip this here. So, but when you take a look in all this project, you quickly realize that there are some competitors who come up with CloudWorks and OpenDesk and Nova, and basically the same components under the hood. So what we figured out at the moment, it is very helpful that we not stick to these product names, which says nothing, but focus more on the components under the hood, like Collabora, like Nextcloud, UCS of course, and Open Exchange. So, as we see it at the moment, there are some naming conventions happening, Nova, Open Desk, Cloud Desk, but we want to shift the focus on that because Germany is a heavily fragmented market in the public hand, and even when you go to a state like North Rhine-Westphalia, there are countless entities, about 60 entities who try to achieve the same. And when we have some assemblies and we tell them, oh, we are using Nova now, nobody reacts. But when we came to the details, oh, it's an Ox, it's a Nextcloud, it's a Collabora, they all say, oh, we also do Nextcloud, we also do Collabora. And so some real collaboration happens because they don't know what the others are doing exactly with their project. And now we make this habit official, that we say, oh, we don't care about the names itself, but we focus on the underlying software. And by doing so, we enable them to find together and get the whole sovereignty thing about North Rhine-Westphalia in the end, because they are realized they are working on the same projects, even if they don't know it. And that's our help at the moment. So, yeah, there's sometimes a myth that they implementing an open source user interface, yeah, but and they want to escape the vendor login, of course, yeah, and they somehow relying blindly on external providers because they have no real information who can help them. And so we try to do it or enable them to do it themselves. Even North Rhine-Westphalia, they will not go to the cloud, they do it in their own computing capacity. And we are at the moment showing them how to do it, yeah? And how they can run the software stack by themselves and then sell it to their customers inside the public entities. And that's what we're actually doing. And of course, there's always a misconception that open source is the answer to digital serenity. When you go to the political decision making, that's very simple. They say, oh, we just switch to open source and then we are have digital serenity. And of course, there are more dimensions to it. Yeah, you want to run it's in your own data center. Yeah, you want to control the technical stack, as we heard before, in Denmark. You want to choose where to go in the cloud and what's about your strategic operation and readiness. Are you enabled to make your own decision how to do it? And of course, are you using open source software and keep it open? And by doing so, we write a concept there, or I write a concept for them, how to transport that to all the entities in North Rhine-Westphalia. Because there, when you go on the levels, low level in the cities, or they don't care especially about digital sovereignty, they have real problems to solve. Our Microsoft licenses are too expensive, what can we do? And then we explain them, hey, you can switch to Collabora and have mainly the same functions, but it will help you also achieve digital serenity, and then they like it, yeah, and do it. But it's a very small, detailed work over years, because there are countless entities, even in North Rhine-Westphalia, and you have to visit them one by one, and there's no overall software solution or anything that covered all for them, so it's more a process than a project. Yeah, and of course, as you can see, we rely on 4 load-bearing pillars. Of course, we have UCS Nubus for identity management. Yeah, then we have for communication Open Exchange and DAVCAT server. Most of them have already DAVCAT servers. They are not coming all from Microsoft. They are maybe have open source solutions by years. Data control Nextcloud, of course, and Collabora Online to edit the documents. So, and we start with Nubus, everybody knows, I think, from Univention. Then we have this Nextcloud Open Exchange thing going on. And of course, because we do it in their own data centers, we can assure that no data leaves their data centers, and all members of the NDB, so we have a big layer of security there. And when we then switch the data from the Nextcloud Vault to Collabora Online, it's always safe, because it's not in the cloud, it's in their own data center. And of course, one that makes it additionally complicated in Germany is they all have, let's say, the German word Fachverfahren. They're very specific pieces of software that were developed only for one special entity, and you have thousands of them. And the big thing is to bring all these special things somehow in this software stack. And we try to do it, but I think that's the most complicated process, how to attach all this special software maybe to Collabora or Nextcloud or like that. We try to get Fabersoft on board, and because they're using widely Fabersoft in North Rhine-Westphalia and the east part. And so we, at the moment, try to use this integration that you can edit Fabersoft documents in in Collabora Online, and that would help a lot to achieve it. Yeah, and then you need, of course, operative sovereignty also, so that we do some nice testing with AI in terms of does the platform as a whole function from the user experience. So we programmed an agent that click on the application as people would do, and then we get a report if it's all the functions like that. It's very impressive and works very well. And yeah, and the most important thing is that Serenity is a capability, not a switch. So it's an ongoing process, and it's not achieved by just exchange some software, but keeping it to the process, create the foundation, developing the parts, and then roll it out to hopefully whole North Rhine-Westphalia, and from there to the other states as well. Yeah, thank you very much. That's it, basically.